I'm Gillies Mackinnon, the director of Red Dahlia. I find it very interesting working with Linda because I've only ever come across one writer in the last over 20 years of directing films who does what Linda does, which is when you ask her about the character, she acts the character out. She actually sort of like starts to act the character out, and it's very nice for a director to see that, to see the writer showing you what the writer thinks happens, because of course that's what's never going to happen in the final result, because you've still got to go through the process of working with the crew and with the camera and with location and especially with the actor. But all the little clues that you get when a writer would do that, as Linda does, that's quite an interesting way to go. And anyway, as the director, that's what you're looking for all the time. You're looking for clues all the way through the pre-production, the preparation of the film. You're looking for clues to take you deeper into the story, to find a better way to tell the story. By the time you get to the cutting room, you know, that is the place where it's processed, the alchemy can take place, if you like. There's a whole new can of worms opens up, a whole new set of problems, a whole new set of opportunities, and you have to think in a different way in the cutting room.
Gillies Mackinnon, the director, is a wonderful Scottish firecracker. He's a very fine film director and he's a very great storyteller, and he's kept it very, very alive for me. He tries to stay away from formula and tries to find out what's going on with every character and in every given moment. He sets up the scene, and then as soon as the camera's rolling, he's just completely focused on the actors and the performance. It's been a real pleasure to work with him.
Well, I love working with actors, and I guess I've been working with actors for a very long time, and I really like actors, but the reason probably is that I always wanted to be an actor when I was a little boy, but they never gave me a decent role. I was always the guy holding the spear, and I think that probably prompted me to be a director, but certainly to kind of really love and appreciate actors and what they have to do.
This is the first time I've worked with him, but I'd seen films that he'd made in the 90s with some Irish connections, Scottish connections, and I really liked them, so I was thrilled to know that he was going to come and direct this. I'd worked with Nigel Willoughby, the cinematographer, who's a very, very experienced, very gifted man who's worked with many great directors, and he and Gillies have a great relationship, a great rapport between the two of them.
I've worked with Nigel Willoughby many times now. I can't even remember how many things we've done. We've done films, we've done television, and I think that Nigel and I have kind of worked towards a way of, you know, working very close synchronization with each other. I mean, Nigel seems to always know what it is that I want and need. If I ask him, I don't have to say very much before he knows what it is I'm looking for. And there's an energy involved in filmmaking. You've got to move with the energy of the actors, and Nigel's very tuned into the actors. Also, in this case, it was our first experience of working in HD rather than working on film. Often with HD video, you get this very flat image and sharp image, which is really unpleasant in a cinematic way. So Nigel has been working. He found his own method of giving this a look, and I just think great.
I'd never worked with Gillies before, but LaPlante had. I knew of his reputation and I'd seen a lot of his films, etc., etc. And he is the sort of director who's absolutely ideal for this show, because he can bring a lot of subtext to the performers and the script, and has a very, very good eye for detail. He also worked extremely closely with Linda on refining the script to the shooting script stage, and they got on extremely well and had a very, very good rapport. During the casting process, he has a very, very accurate eye as to who would do the characters best. And during the actual production, he was a delight to work with, because he's a very economical director. And I don't mean that he will shoot any old thing just for the sake of it, but he's a very, very good team player. So as a producer-director relationship, we had a very close, bonded feeling, because when he dug his heels in and asked for something, I was able, therefore, to know that it was absolutely paramount to his vision of the show.
The actor is kind of inside the shoes, walking in the shoes of the character, and that's the journey I kind of try to help the actor to make, you know, so that the actor can walk in the shoes of that character and think and feel the way the character feels.
the way that he gets the actors to really think about not just what is going on in this scene, but what was going on in the previous scene and where they're going to afterwards, and all the kind of stuff that goes with that. He's so good at getting that psychology across to you. Sometimes he'll just look at you and you kind of know what he means. He's great for that, and he's very clear.
When I first read The Red Dahlia, it gave me the shivers, the book, and I immediately wanted to put my hat in the ring to play the part. I rang Linda and said, if you can't find any of your other candidates to play this part, I'd love to be considered. And when I heard that Gillies Mackinnon was directing it, I just doubly wanted it.
He's been great at really getting to the crux of the character and helping to explain and define exactly what it is that makes them who they are. It's been a great experience. I think I've been very lucky.
This being my first TV job, a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious. He's just like your dad, really. He's just made me feel really comfortable. He's got a great way with actors, a great way of getting into the psychology of the character. So yeah, I've really enjoyed that.
His attention to detail is incredible. His commitment to the emotional truth and the drive of the piece has been really, really inspiring. And also, bloody good guitarist and a bit of a rocker. Any director who says to me, this scene is a bit like a Johnny Cash song, or it's like that Bob Dylan number, gets my vote.
What I would mostly wish is that you can watch the drama and be convinced by it and enjoy it.
I bet that's not copyrighted, that song. La da 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 dee da.